Acharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunatu Saha Viryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः. Look at number 69. अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः. श्रीभगवानुवाच या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठम् समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान् यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति. Arjuna had asked the question regarding a wise person. What are the characteristics of a wise person? How he conducts himself, herself. And Bhagavan gave the answer in the 55th, 56th, 57th shloka. Specifically, he talked about the characteristics of a wise person. Then 58 to 68 shloka, he talked about the sadhana for getting this abiding wisdom that wise person has. And he talked about 3 sadhanas. The first one was Nididhyasanam, Shama and Dama. This Shama, Dama, Nididhyasanam will help the person to convert his Jnanam into Jnananishtha, knowledge into abiding knowledge. And then again Bhagavan comes back to the characteristics of a wise person. The topic of the Lakshana, the characteristics of a wise person. And in the 69th, a very important shloka but little confusing shloka, may look very weird shloka, strange shloka. And what is the shloka? It says that when all people are sleeping, then wise person is awake. And when all are awake, wise person is sleeping. And the literal meaning is that. But the profound meaning is that the ultimate reality, which is my true nature, which is called Atma, which is called Brahma, that Brahman people are not aware of. People are in dark with regard to Brahman. So Brahman is like night for them. Just as night is characterized by darkness, veiling of darkness, similarly Brahman is veiled by darkness of ignorance for ignorant people. And with regard to that Atma Swarupa Brahma, the wise people are very much awake. And therefore for them, the Nisha, the night of all people, is like daytime. And this duality, with regard to which these ignorant people are highly active, even reactive, with reference to them, the wise person has got Mithyatva Buddhi. He understands this Dvaita Prapancha does not have independent reality. It does not exist on its own. And therefore, he has got the Audasinya Buddhi. Means, whatever happens in the world does not impact him. Based on the happenings in the world, he does not judge himself. He does not become perturbed by that. Like in a movie, if you are watching the movie objectively, whatever happens in movie does not affect you, because you know it is a movie. But even in movie, people don't remain objective. Movie also, people get carried away, and people cry and cry. Oh, you pay money for crying. So that's what people used to say. So because we get carried away, the jiva has got this stick, all the time carrying glue. Wherever it sits, it gets stuck. Even this chair also, you see, if you sit here regularly for 5-6 weeks and somebody is sitting on your chair, you will look at him, give a dirty look to that person. What are you sitting on my chair? What? How come your chair? Where is your name? But we say, so this jiva is considering everything to be real and impacted, whereas the wise person is not impacted by that. And that is sa nisha pashyato munehe. The wise person looks upon everything objectively. For him, the whole world is like a movie. A movie seen by a director. See, when a director is seeing movie, he will not be carried away, because he knows the reality of it. That Hanumanji is flying, he knows what was happening when Hanumanji was seen to be flying. Not flying. Only this background, the space is moving. Hanumanji is doing like this only. Actually, that is how the scene is. So he doesn't get carried away how Hanumanji nicely is flying. He doesn't think. He knows the reality. How film is made, if you know, you will see how we are fooled. So how director will be watching the movie? Similarly, he watches the entire world. I am the director. I am the screen of the movie. That type of attitude he has, that type of outlook he or she has, and therefore, wise person remains free from impact of any happening in the world. That was the message conveyed by 69. 70th shloka. This complete sense of fulfillment, not being affected by arrival or departure of any objects, that was presented in the 70th shloka. That is the Gnana Phalam. Otherwise, you always struggle to become somebody. You always struggle to have something, to become somebody. A wise person is free from that. Based on the children you have, you make a judgment about yourself. If you don't have children, you have one judgment. If you have children, another judgment. If you have bright children, another judgment. If you have got dull children, another judgment. Settle in America, my children are settled in America, one judgment. Oh, my children could not go to the US, another judgment. How much judgment we have based on children? Based on the house you have, based on the money you have, you judge yourself. Whereas the wise person remains like the ocean. Ocean is not worried that all the rivers will go on strike, will not come. So ocean is not worried about the strike by Ganges and all other rivers. So similarly, the wise person is not affected by arrival and departure of the objects. But here one more thing to be noted. Just as the ocean is not dependent upon the rivers for its fulfillment, but it does not stop rivers coming. Don't scolding them, why are you coming, disturbing me, no? And he every now and then showing up, if you don't come also okay. Not necessary. See, if you really have strength, you don't have to show it up. You have need to show up your strength, you are not really confident of your strength. The person who is really powerful doesn't have to show up. His presence itself will make the difference. He doesn't have to shout and all this. Shout and instruct and keep on saying that, I am your manager, I am your manager. If manager has to tell all the time, he is not a good manager. Manager should manage without telling that he is a manager. Then only he is a good manager. So similarly, if you have real strength, inner strength, you don't have to show it up. See, I don't depend upon anybody. If you keep on saying that I don't depend upon you, I don't depend upon you, really depend. One who is really independent doesn't have to say. One who really inside depends, but he doesn't want to admit that he depends. Therefore, he will say like this, I don't depend upon you, I don't depend upon you. He did not say. So the wise person does not depend upon the objects, but does not reject the objects, does not hate the objects, and doesn't every now and then show up that I don't need you, I don't need this, I don't need this. If they are there, if it is to be used, he uses. If not to be used, he just keep it them there. So, healthy, the most healthiest approach towards everything in the world. And that is inner independence with regard to the objects. That was presented in the 70th shloka. And now in the last two shlokas, this topic of Sthita Prajna, a wise person, is concluded. And in the 71st shloka it was said, Yaha Puman, whichever person, Kaman Vihaya. Kaman can be taken both ways. Kaman means desires, Kaman means sense objects. Kamyante iti kamaha, the objects which are desired. Gives up. Gives up means what? He is free from the dependence upon them. He does not require any object to be happy, to be fulfilled. And Nispruhaha. Nispruha means he is free from desire for even minimum things required for survival. Even for survival, that house is required, or a place is required, or food is required, clothing required. Even with regard to those things, he does not have anxious anxiety. He does not have that craving that how long I will be provided food. So I should get insurance, food assurance, yeah. So can anybody give me guarantee that you will provide me food? He doesn't seek that. So even with regard to the minimum things required for the survival, he does not have any craving. What is this clarity? As long as prarabdha of this body is there, food will be provided, clothing will be provided, treatment will be provided, and when prarabdha is not there, that day it will not be provided. He has got complete objectivity with regard to this life and death. Jivite maranevana grudhim karoti. He does not have any craving for living a long life, or doesn't have craving for even death. Many people say, Swamiji, I don't want to live long. I want to die early. When? After 5 years, Swamiji. So, immediately, generally, nobody wants to die. Just 5 years I want to finish. Why you are afraid? Oh, Swamiji, we have to depend upon so many people. This is a very common feature nowadays. It's a modern issue, I think so. Earlier, when we used to bless people, you say Shatayur Bhava. Now we have to ask how many years I should bless. Because people don't want to be Shatayu. Shatayu means 100 years. What a change, you know. Now we cannot say Ashtaputravati Bhava because people say, I don't want any child. So our blessings also we have to now revise blessing. So we have to have modern blessing. May your son go to US. May your like that we have to bless. So idea is that Jivite Maraneva Grudim na Kuryat. Wise person, he does not crave for the death of this body. If it has to live, let it live. If it has to finish today, let it finish. Because my job is done. With this body, job is done. Chandrayaan has done its job. If it lives longer, it's okay. It's fine. Well and good. But otherwise, job is done. Mission accomplished. So similarly, he has got Chandrayaan like thinking. Mission accomplished. Body, whatever is to be achieved through the body is accomplished. Still it survives. Well, one more lunar day. So one more we can. That is his approach. And so no craving for living, no craving for dying also. Why you should seek death? Let it happen. But still nowadays people have that. Sometimes people ask Swamiji, my father-in-law or my mother-in-law, is suffering a lot, So we wish that he is released. In fact, not he is released. He wants to be released. So Swamiji, is there any mantra for that? Yeah. See, mantra generally we have for getting long life. Trambakam yajamahe, etc. Long life, Mrityunjay mantra, etc. Now we have that shloka also we give generally. That Vina Yanayasena Maranam Vina Dainyena Jivitam Dehi Me Krupaya Shambho Mai Tvai Bhaktima Chanchala. So some people say very useful shloka of the day. The whole class a summary is this only. Anyway, so Nispruhaha means no craving for any particular object, any particular situation, any particular person. Some people say, Swamiji, I don't mind any food, any shelter, any clothing, I don't mind. But I am so particular about my children being around me, my spouse being around me. I don't like anybody leaving me. That also he is craving. So, because the relationship is dependent upon two people. You love somebody, you want somebody to be with you, you want the company of other person. He is not good enough for the company. Other person also should want. You want that your children should be around, but your children want to be away from you because of what you are. So then it will not work. So therefore, what is the healthy approach? If children want to come, let them come. Some people are other way around. I don't want anybody to come to my house. That is not a right thing. If people want to come, let them come. If they say, no, this year we cannot come December, now December season is there for coming. So now this year we can't. It's okay. Come next time. Many times people write to us, Swamiji, I wanted to come, I had planned and I could not come. So we write like this, okay. It's understandable. You are welcome to visit next time. That is the approach, healthy approach. Otherwise, if he say, okay, all right, good. So if he write like this, then the person thinks that we didn't go. That may be the case sometimes because we are shortage. But we don't say, what we say, and generally we have room by God's grace. So we say that yes, we visit next time. So that is called Nispruha. You don't want particular things to happen and you don't have insistence for that things not to happen. It should rain today. That also not insistence. It should not rain today. That also is not insistence. Nispruha. You can be prayerful with reference to certain things. But there also there is no craving. Whereas the wise person doesn't have even prayer. Let anything happen. And that is this prahaha. And such a person, nirmamaha nirahankara. He is free from mamakara. Mamakara means the sense of this possession, possessiveness. This is mine, this is my pencil, this is my book, this is my phone. Nobody should touch my phone. These people are nowadays so possessive about the phone. If you ask him for 100 rupees, he will give. But if you ask for your phone for 1 hour, he will not give. Phone is a very precious thing, mamakara. Even husband and wife also, they don't like perhaps sometimes that each other touching the phone. That's why they put all password. WhatsApp also password. Even particular chat you can have password. Nowadays they have introduced that. Particular chat you can have password. So anything else a person can see, even if he gets the phone, that will not. So possessive we are. So secretive we are. You remember our Indian culture in our village, everybody used to know everything about everyone. You ask them that in that house number 4, how many members are there, how many daughters are there, how many sons are there, how many are married, how many are not married, how many are marriageable, not marriageable, all full account. In India we didn't have the concept of privacy. Really. Privacy and this separate room and all that concept was not there. Single room, all will be there. Nowadays, from child itself as private room. Privacy concept we did not have. We have all public life, full life, public life. Nowadays, so possessive we are about our information. We cannot ask certain things. What is your income? We cannot ask. Swamiji, you ask Vedanta, not this. ब्रह्म क्या है बोलो, मैं बोल दूंगा, but this so possessive about everything, my property. And there is sometimes this mamakara is, and not sometimes, most of the time mamakara is there because of some insecurity, that if I don't hold on to them, it will go away from me. So people are possessive about their relatives also. My wife should not talk to any other person. My husband should not talk to anybody else. So possessive. Mamakara with reference to house, people, wealth. Where is this wise person? Nirmama. Nothing belongs to me. In fact, that is the fact with reference to everybody. You tell me that one thing which you have your own because of your own effort only. There is no such thing. You think that you have, or many people say, I have Swamiji, I am a self-made man, I have Swamiji construct this house with my own income. But to give you this capacity to earn, to have this capacity to earn money, you were helped by so many people. Can you tell me anything to be completely yours? There is nothing. You think and people don't disagree and therefore you are claiming. Really speaking, nothing is yours. Nothing, including your body. Puja Swamiji used to say that there was some drama, Sanskrit drama, in that there is a court case about the body. This body belongs to whom? I think I belongs to me, then there are so many claimants for that. Parents will say, this is we have given birth, so this body belongs to us. Wife will say, I am his better half, so it belongs to me. Nobody can take my half. Wife also can claim. Children also will claim, they are our father, belong to me. And these bacteria, they said we are living here for generations. And therefore, really speaking, nobody can claim. You have no voice. But then, the judge is asking, all right, all of you are claiming, but when this body has got headache, are you ready to take care? Then parents say, we ourselves have headache. We will not take. Why? He said, every time I may not be free, I am so busy with my children. So nobody is ready to take care of the body. Therefore, you are made a trustee of the body. That's what Gandhiji used to talk about, the trusteeship. The principle of trusteeship means what? You are a trustee of this body. Like we are the trustee, so we cannot say this ashram belongs to us. Ashram doesn't belong to us. People may say, your ashram. I don't, because I am one of the trustees. I cannot buy and sell the property. I am a trustee. In fact, you are a trustee with reference to everything. Is a right to use, but no claim. In legal language, they call it easement right. You know that? There is something called easement right. New word recently I came to know. Easement right means right to use, but you don't have ownership. You have got easement right with reference to this body. This is a very, very good attitude. I am a trustee. I have this. I am given this particular privilege to use this body. Everything. Your children are not your children. Khalil Gibran nicely said, your children are not your children. They come through you, not from you. They come through you. You are like a gateways for them, not from you. You are not the producer of them. If you are the maker of them really, then you will design a nice body, no? Like how you are designing your house, you design the nose should be like this, the ear should be like this, eye should be like this. You will plan. If you are a really producer, maker of your children, then you will design and the body should come out like that. It doesn't happen. After it comes out, we know. And therefore, nothing really belongs to me. I simply think that it belongs to me, and people sometimes they don't oppose. Therefore, we say it belongs to me. Really nothing belongs to me. And this fact is very well understood by this wise person. So he does not claim anything to be his or her. The next one is Nirahankara. There is no ego with reference to anything. Ego is only a notion. I am this. And generally we have all this, the I notion, egoistic idea with reference to our body, with reference to our possession, with reference to certain qualifications of the intellect or the mind, and you will say what? I am very handsome or I am very beautiful. All this claim is what? Based on the body. Or you say I am very intelligent. That is based on the intellect. The wise person knows that I am different from the body, senses, mind, etc. Therefore, he doesn't have any ego. I am a very loving person. People have this. I am very caring person. I do everything for others, but nobody does anything for me. That also comes along. This is a common thinking people have. Most of the people have this feeling, what? I do so much for everybody, but nobody does for me. This is a common thinking. I am Swamiji, I am so loving. I care so much for everybody. So that ahankara is there. I am very loving, I am very caring, I am very sincere, Swamiji. Very honest. All these are the notion based on identification with the body, senses, mind, intellect. And the wise person is free from that identification, and therefore is free from this ahankara. Therefore is called nirahankara. He does not have even ego that I am a wise person. Wise person does not have ahankara based on his wisdom also. That you people idiot, ignorant. See, I am a wise person. See, all of us started attending classes, but see, I became a wise person, and you remain wherever you are. That ego is not there. Wise person looks upon everyone as Brahma only. Wise person doesn't think I am a wise person and others are ignorant. In his vision, all are Brahman. Adi Shantaha. Mandukya Karika very nicely says, everybody is enlightened only. Everybody is Shantaha. Everybody is Muktaha only. Really speaking, everybody is Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta, and therefore there is no basis for superiority. I must have told that Puja Swamiji used to say this. He said, when I look at the audience, I feel they are okay. Why should I talk to them? There is no need to talk. That is the vision. In the vision of wise person, everybody is okay. In the vision of otherwise person, all are not okay except me. Oh, I am only okay. All are not okay. Whereas the wise person says all are okay, all on every level okay. From the standpoint of order, everybody is okay. Sarve bhavanti sthane. All are in order. And from the standpoint of the ultimate reality, all are nothing but Brahma, which is Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta. Where is the basis for any superiority? Don't talk to me like this. I am not like you. So that is not that. A wise person does not have any such that notion, I notion, based on the body, mind, sense complex. And such a wise person, Shanti Madhigacchati, attains Shanti. Shanti means samsara nivrutti. So he attains the freedom from the bondage. You know what is freedom from bondage? There are various definitions. Which is Swamiji used to say this. Samsara is struggle to become somebody. So this person becomes free from struggle of becoming somebody. Everybody wants to become something other than what one is now. I am only married, no children, so I want to become parent. I want to become a parent of a bright child. So Swamiji, I am living through my child. I could not become an engineer, so I want my son to become engineer. That's why very few parents force. They could not achieve whatever they could not achieve, they want to achieve through their children. And sometimes children also don't want, because genetically it is not there. So, yeah, which is Swamiji used to say. He said, you got only 45%. Your wife got only 37%. How do you expect your son to become 93? So, but people want. That is not there. No struggle to become anybody. You just enjoy being what you are. If somebody doesn't look at me, doesn't care for me, doesn't ask me how are you, etc., okay. This is one of the issues when people grow older. This is one of the issues. It is not that their physical knee pain and backache and that really makes them sorrowful. What makes them sorrowful is they feel that they are useless. People don't care for them. People don't have time. People don't pay any attention. That really bothers them more. Otherwise, this knee pain, headache, etc. is really a good thing. Why? Because it gives you some occupation. So knee pain is that, so you do massage and all this, you do some exercise. Time spent. So that really is not a big issue. The people do it. In fact, there's only they have a full regime is there. So the knee problem, this exercise, they had this back, this exercise and all, they do it. Time is spent. What really bothers many people in old age is this, that Swamiji, people don't have time. And now another problem is, Swamiji, I keep on checking my mobile, nobody sends message. One person was telling me this, he said, Swamiji, I thought my phone is not working. Nowadays this is a big thing, and especially in WhatsApp, another problem. That you see that person has seen your message, blue tick has come, and he's online also. So both you see, he's online, he has seen my message and not replied. These are new issues. Olden days, what used to happen, when child goes abroad, it takes a lot of time, letter to come. Then also problem used to be there. People say, Swamiji, my son is not sending me replies, sending me letters and all. It used to be there. But it will be very less, because letter can come only once in 1 or 2 months. Nowadays this is issue. What? I am not paid attention. That is why one should practice even when people are paying attention. You once in a while you remain in the situation where nobody pays attention. Be in maunam, be in solitude whenever possible, if you are strong enough mentally, that nobody pays attention. We go in some place where nobody knows you, or be in a place where nobody pays, no cell phone, nothing, just remain without that. Develop that, because that is going to happen afterwards. Prepare yourself. Nobody pays attention. No, why should they pay attention? So, this wise person is free from that becoming mentality. Need for attention, that is not there. That is for Shantihi, Samsara Nivrittihi. And Samsara Nivritti both ways. Jivan Muktihi, while he is alive, she is alive, he or she is free. While living it is free, he is free, she is free. And after the fall of the body also free. That is called here Shanti Madhigacchati. And in the last shloka of this chapter, Bhagavan is glorifying this Jnana Nishtha, saying, Esha Brahmi Sthitih Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Sthitva Syamanta Kalepi Brahma Nirvana Mruchati. Hey Partha, hey Arjuna, Esha, this what I have described in these verses is Brahmi Sthitihi, is abidance in Brahma. This abidance in Brahman is not a really mysterious state or mystical state. Brahmi Sthiti means abidance in Brahman. But really speaking, everybody abides in Brahman alone. Means your truth is Brahman alone, and everybody abides in his truth. Like pots abide in clay, ornaments abide in gold, waves abide in water. Similarly, every jiva factually abides in Brahman only. You do not have a choice. Your truth is Brahman alone. In fact, your truth we are telling initially, after which you are Brahman. Then what is the meaning of abiding in Brahman? So abiding in Brahma means abiding in the wisdom of myself being Brahman. So abiding in Brahma is equal to abiding in Brahma Jnanam. And abiding in Brahma Jnanam means this constant awareness, background awareness that I am limitless Brahma. Even while interacting with the world, this awareness does not go away. Like actor, even while interacting, he is acting, but the basic awareness that I am a rich man, that doesn't go away even while he is acting as he is playing the role of a begging person. Similarly, the wise person, even while interacting with the world, as the Shrota, Manta, the hearer, thinker, etc., wise person does not have this idea that I am really the agent of action, I am suffering or enjoying. I am Akarta, Abhokta, Brahma. And that background understanding keeps that wise person sane, free from any reaction, free from any judgment about oneself based on any external happening. And that is said here, Brahmi Sthiti. And Enam Prapya, having attained this Brahmi Sthiti, abidance in Brahma Jnanam, na vimuhyati. Person is not confused. Many people are there, most of the time they are confused. Their confusion starts with the getting up itself, whether to get up or not. Confused. One side he feels that, see, I have to do this exercise, I I have to study, therefore I think I should get up. But if I get up early and if I am not fresh, I will not be able to be effective in my interaction. So if I sleep little more, I will be able to be more efficient. So I think it is better to sleep little more. So it starts with conflict. Then afterwards, again, nowadays we have got so many choice whether to eat this breakfast or that breakfast. Choice. In our olden days, we didn't have choice. Which is Swamiji used to say, we have a thali culture. Thali culture, not that this thali. It's plate. You know, when you go to some restaurant, they have only one thing, thali. Thali means what? Whatever fixed item they will give. No menu, etc. Just thali. Plate. So, no choice. If you like to eat, eat. Otherwise, don't eat. That's all. That's what our parents used to say. We say, Amma, I don't like. If you don't like, don't eat. That's all. Sometimes we will make, but sometimes we will say. That's why we learn to eat everything. Anyway, so this type of confusion is there. What to do, what not to do. So everywhere confusion. You know why? Because a person is too anxious about his security and happiness. And he wants a perfect situation with regard to everything. My food should be perfect, my spouse should be perfect, my children should be perfect, my travel should be perfect, my study should be perfect, and therefore always confused. So this will be perfect or that will be perfect. And the truth is, nothing is perfect. In this world, you tell me one place which is the best. Tell me one place. Even in this hall, you tell me the best chair. Means which position is the best? Some people say front is best. Why? Because we will have more attention. More attention, but all the time, you have to look at little bit. If you do this, Swami will smile. So at the back, you can little bit, you can have a small lap. And here I don't ask question, but in some sessions I ask question who are the frontliners. तो मेरे शहीद हो जाते हैं. So frontline means they will ask question. They will be asked question. So there is no such thing. You tell me nothing is the best. From one angle it is good, another. Getting married is good or not getting married is good. Tell me, can you say anything? Nothing. There is no, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in the 18th chapter, Sarva Rambahi Doshena Dhume Nagne Rivavrita. Anything you do will have some limitation. No action can be perfect. People have got this perfectionism. It is not there. So you can say this is the best possible with minimum problems. There is nothing which is without any problem. Bachelor life has its problem, married life has its problem. People make fun of married life. We have so many jokes on married life. But most of the jokes are done by married people only. So why they get married? And not only they are got married, they want their children also to be married. And we say marriage is I also say that marriage is a very good ashram for most of the people. If they are not married, then it is not that they are going to be happiest people. They will have different problems. My father also, when I had decided I will not get married, so my father used to say, he said, my son, I also was thinking like you. But when I handle some problem, then I change my mind, you also will do the same thing. So there is no such thing, problem-free situation is not there. But this is what happens. When you are too much particular about your being happy, being secure, then this happens. Whereas a wise person is knowing the limitations and therefore he decides one thing. Even at empirical level, he will decide. Puja Swamiji, I have seen that he used to decide so fast. Your meeting, we used to sing 1 hour meeting, 15 minutes meeting is over. Fatapat, this okay, this okay, this okay. This is because you know that, we have to take one decision. It is not be a rash decision, but we need not wait for some perfect solution to emerge. There is no perfect solution. When you are dependent too much on the world, you remain confused. More you are dependent upon the world, more you will remain confused, because you want perfect setup, everything perfect. So that perfect person, this perfectionist person, swayam dukhi, anyan dukhayati. So he himself is miserable and he will make other people miserable. Perfectionist person is not a good match for your daughter or son. So don't give your daughter or son to somebody who is perfectionist. Not a good thing. You are already married, so you don't have a choice. but perfectionism is a problem, is a psychological issue. Perfectionism comes from certain psychological issues. Anyway, so the wise person is not confused. I am telling about empirical level. At the level of this tattvam, reality, he is not confused. He knows the source of happiness is myself. So he is not confused that what will give me happiness. What will make me fulfilled, he doesn't have confusion. He does not have confusion about what is the self, what is not self. So he is completely free from moha. And antakale api sthitva, having remained in this particular Brahmi sthiti, in this abiding wisdom, antakale, even in the final stage of life, Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati, person attains complete oneness with Brahman. Brahma Nirvanam means complete oneness with Brahman, indicating this Videha Mukti, the freedom from the rebirth. He or she does not have to be born again. And this Antakalepi is a very useful word, because most of the people enter into Vedanta after 50s, 60s, 70s. And they find that Swamiji, we started late. Swamiji, you are very lucky, you started early. So we started late. And so we may have thinking that we have started late, so will he get or not? Bhagavan says, there is no time limit. For Brahmajnanam, there is no time limit. You can't ask Swamiji, how much is moksha pursuit? The moksha program, how many years? Like your degree program, no? 3 years, 5 years, like that. So you cannot ask this. Swamiji, how many years? One person asked me in Bangalore, Swamiji, the whole moksha pursuit, how much time it takes? There is no such thing. It can take 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 year, 1 life, many lives. So, but Bhagavan says here, if you get this wisdom, abiding wisdom, even in the last stage of your life, still your Videha Bhukti is guaranteed. It is something like you get the ticket at the last moment. Still you will be allowed to board the plane or not. Not that you came last, so you come last. That's not thing. In fact, you may be the first person to board the plane. There is no such thing. So similarly, Bhagavan says, at any stage you have attained, then also you can be one with Brahman. You own up your oneness with Brahman, and when the body falls, then also you continue to be one with Brahman. The gross body, when it falls, then it becomes one with this gross universe or the Virat. The subtle body becomes one with Hiranyagarbha. Causal body becomes one with Ishvara, and the consciousness continues to be limitless Brahman. This is called Videha Mukti. And the wise person attains Videha Mukti. Really speaking, attains the Videha Mukti, etc. we are using in the initial stage. Later on he says that he already had discovered himself to be Videha Mukta, and he continues to be Videha Mukta. So Brahma Nirvana Mruchyati. So based on your late start, you need not feel bad. That is the message. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji gets another message. He says, even if a person starts late, still he will attain moksha. Then what to talk about those who have started early and pursued this Vedanta for whole life? They will definitely attain moksha. So with this, the topic of Sthita Prajna gets over, where Bhagavan talked about this wise person. And what is the main lakshana of wise person? That wise person is happy, satisfied with oneself, and therefore does not depend upon anyone to be happy. That is the main thing. Wise person, because of his wisdom, is completely satisfied with oneself, and therefore free from any craving, or free from any emotional dependence. And he has got Purnatvam, he enjoys freedom, and he continues to be free even after the fall of this body. That was the message given in this 55th to 72 shlokas, 18 shlokas. And with this chapter is concluded. We will read the conclusion. Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyodhyayah. So Om Tat Sat, these three are the names of the Lord. Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha Trivida Brahmana Sprutaha. In the 17th chapter is going to come that these three are the names of the Lord. Very short, Om Tat Sat. And it also marks conclusion, giving the message that with all said and done, whatever is said, final conclusion is Ishvara. And Om Tat Sat is a very good word. Pujya Swamiji in one of his talks he said very nicely. He said after every interaction is over, what you said? Om Tat Sat. Means you are putting a closer. No? Closer? You are putting a closing. Generally what happens, we have got, they call it hangover. In alcohol the hangover is there. So people have got hangover. Hangover from the previous situation. The person had a fight with wife. So when he goes to the office, he shouts at the clerk. So because he could not shout there. So because she has greater volume, so cannot. And so whatever previous situation had done, that impact of it continues to the next situation. So hangover, even in before class you had a fight with somebody. So 10-15 minutes that only remains. Swamiji is telling you are Shanta Swarupa, Shuddha Swarupa, that doesn't come. This fellow is like this, I will fight with him, I will teach him a lesson. That only continues. That's called hangover. And the best way is, after every interaction, you say what? Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Mentally you practice Om Tat Sat. It is really a good full stop. You are turning the page. By saying Om Tat Sat, you are turning the page. Go to the next situation. This we have seen Pujya Swamiji. He will be having very, some very intense discussion. Then he comes out and reflects. He will be greeting people and all fun. There may be some discussion, but it has no impact. Somebody asked Swamiji in Baroda. Somebody asked Swamiji. He said, people telling you all kinds of problems to you. Then how do you handle all this? He said, I have some space. The space between me and the situation. So I have space. That cognitive space between me and the situation, he said, keeps me going. So that's a very good thing. Om Tat Sat. Say Om Tat Sat. It's a good exercise for a sadhaka. Every interaction is over, Om Tat Sat. After food is over, Om Tat Sat. Don't talk too much about it. Om Tat Sat. Is it good food or not good food? Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Class, Om Tat Sat. What good? I also will say Om Tat Sat. So how was the response of the student? Om Tat Sat. So Om Tat Sat. Iti means thus ends. Dvitiyodhyaya, second chapter. Where second chapter? Not Mahabharata, in Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, in Bhagavad Gita, plural. See, each Gita shloka is considered to be Gita. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, which is given the status of Upanishad, Vedanta. So, Bhagavad Gita, which is Vedanta, or Vedanta, which is in the form of Bhagavad Gita, and being Upanishad, what is the content? Brahma Vidyayam. This Bhagavad Gita is Brahma Vidya. It is the teaching on Brahman. Yoga Shastra. Yoga Shastra means the scripture dealing with the preparation. The preparation or preparatory means is called Yoga Shastra. So Bhagavad Gita is both. It is Brahma Vidya also, therefore it is a Vedanta. And it is Yoga Shastra, therefore Veda Purva Bhaga also. That is why Bhagavad Gita we say it is not the essence of Vedanta, it is essence of Vedas. Veda Purva Bhaga, Vedanta both. Therefore Yoga Shastra. And what is the form? Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. This teaching is in the form of dialogue between Shri Krishna and Arjuna. And in that second chapter is completed. What is the title? Sankhya Yoga. Here Yoga has got the big topic. This chapter is called Sankhya Yoga because the main topic of this chapter is Sankhya. And Sankhya means self-knowledge. Right knowledge, self-knowledge is called Sankhya. So this chapter is called Sankhya Yoga because the self-knowledge is the yoga, the topic. Sankhyam yogaha vishayaha yasya adhyayasya sa adhyaya Sankhya Yoga. The chapter for which the self-knowledge is the main topic. That is called Sankhya Yoga. So with this, second chapter is completed. And in this chapter, mainly 4 topics are discussed. The first topic is surrender of Arjuna to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. 1 to 10, that is the topic. Then second topic is self-knowledge, which is from 11 to 38. Of course, in between some incidental topics are discussed, but Bhagavan formally concludes in 39 only. Therefore, up to 38 is this topic of self-knowledge, where Bhagavan said that you are free from any doership, experiencership, any modification. You are asangaha, you are satyaha, and therefore there is no real basis for sorrow. From the standpoint of your true nature, there is no basis for sorrow. That was said from 11 to 38. Then, third topic is Karma Yoga, which was given from 39 to 53, where Bhagavan talked about what is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam means what? The sameness of the mind with regard to the action, with regard to the result. That sameness of the mind in terms of attitude is Karma Yoga. And what is the benefit of Karma Yoga? How glorious is Karma Yoga? All those topics were discussed from 39 to 53. Then 54 to 72 is the last topic, and that is the topic of Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Arjuna asked a question in 54th shloka, and from the 55th shloka, Bhagavan talked about the characteristics of a wise person. That he or she is happy with oneself, not depending upon the world to be happy. And in between, in that 18 shlokas, Bhagavan also talked about the means for getting this abiding wisdom. And those means especially highlighted Shama, Dhamma and Niridhyasana. Thus, this chapter is a complete chapter. A complete meal, they call it, is a complete chapter. Why? Because these ultimate means for moksha, Jnanam is talked about, and the preparatory means for Jnanam, which is Karma Yoga, that also is talked about. And what is the result of this Jnanam? The inner freedom, that also is talked about. So really speaking, from Bhagavan's side, Upadesha is complete. So Bhagavan would have really started his chariot, but Arjuna has some question, and therefore this Bhagavad Gita continues. Therefore we'll meet next class. Otherwise, see, Arjuna had not asked question, here itself Bhagavad Gita would have been complete. But since he's asked question, so we'll be meeting for next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Purnamidam